Hi, good morning. Yesterday we did up to category number 9 of place of supply, where the location of the recipient and location of the supplier are in India. Just we revise it up to category number 9. What is category 1? It is a general provision. Place of supply in case of B2B services, the location of the recipient. In case of B2C services, the location of recipient where the address is available on the records of the supplier. If the address is not available, then the place of supply shall be the location of the supplier in all other cases. In case of services relating to immovable property, both are vessels. In case of immovable property, including the services by way of architects, interior decorators, surveyors, engineers, real estate agents, and by way of lodging accommodation in hotel, inn, homestay, guest house, and the services relating by way of accommodation in any immovable property for organization of any marriage, reception, or any other official matters, or any cultural functions, or any business functions, and any ancillary services of these three, the place of supply shall be the location where the immovable property or boat or vessel is located. If the immovable property is located is outside India, then the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. Then, in case where the immovable property or boat or vessel is located more than one state or union territory, then the value of supply shall be proportionately calculated as per the agreement or contract. If there is no agreement or there is no contract, it shall be calculated in the manner as may be prescribed. In case of services relating to food and restaurant services, catering services, and health services, fitness services, personal grooming, beauty treatment, cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the where such events are conducted. That means if the personal grooming is conducted in Delhi, the place of supply shall be the Delhi. Then the fourth one, the place of supply in relation to training and performance appraisal. In case of training and performance supplier of service, if it is a B2B service, then the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. If it is a B2C services, then place of supply shall be the location where the services are actually performed. Then fifth one, admission to event. Admission to event, the place of supply shall be the where the event is actually held or where the park or such other place is located. Then next one, organization of event, ancillary and sponsorship. In such a case, if it is a B2B services, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. If it is a B2C services, the place of supply shall be the where the event is actually held. And if the event is held outside India, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. Then next, service by way of transportation of goods. In case of transportation of goods, if it is a B2B service, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. If it is a B2C services, the place of supply shall be the location where the goods are handed over for transportation. And services by way of transportation of passenger. For passenger transportation service, if it is a B2B, the location of the recipient. If it is a B2C, place where the passenger embarks, that is enters into a conveyance for a continuation journey. If it is a continuous journey. Then category number 9, we had it up to 9 yesterday. What is the category number 9? Category number 9, place of supply service onboard conveyance. Then in such a case, the place of supply shall be the first scheduled point of departure of that journey. Then today we are going to discuss category number 10. What is the category number 10? The place of supply of telecommunication services including data transfer, broadcasting cable, direct to home television services. That means there are 5 cases in this. One by one we are going to discuss. In case of services by way of fixed telecommunication line, leased circuits, internet leased circuit, cable or dish antenna, be the location where the telecommunication line, leased circuit or cable connection or dish antenna is installed for the recipient of service. In case that means any fixed telecommunication line is there, any fixed DTH connection is there. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the place where such dish antenna is installed, where such cable connection is installed, where such telecommunication line is installed. That means any fixed telecommunication line or fixed DTH or fixed internet leased circuit, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the where such installation happened. Then second case, in case of mobile connection for telecommunication and internet services provided on postpaid basis be the location of the billing address of the recipient of services on the records of the supplier. That means any mobile connection, it is a postpaid mobile connection or postpaid internet connection, then the place of supply shall be the billing address on the records of the supplier, billing address of the recipient of services on the records of the supplier. That is postpaid mobile connection, postpaid internet services, the place of supply shall be the billing address of the recipient of the services on the records of the supplier. Then case if it is a prepaid connection, prepaid telecommunication, that we are going to discuss. In cases where the mobile connection for telecommunication, internet service and direct to home television services on prepayment basis through a voucher or any other means, in such a case, if the voucher is selling through selling agent, if such that means mobile recharge voucher, prepaid vouchers there, for that prepaid voucher, what is the place of supply? If it is selling through a selling agent or reseller or a distributor of subscriber identity module card or recharge voucher, be the address of the selling agent or reseller or distributor as per the records of the supplier at the time of supply. If it is selling through a selling agent, it shall be the address of the selling agents or reseller as per the records of the supplier. If second one, by any person to the final subscriber, be the location where such prepayment is received or such vouchers are sold. That means in small provisional stores, they are selling these recharge vouchers. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the where such prepayment is received, where such vouchers are sold. The location, the place of supply shall be the location where such prepayment voucher is received and where such vouchers are sold. Provided if such prepaid service is availed through recharge is made through internet banking. If any recharge is made through internet banking, in such a case, what is the place of supply? The place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of the services on the records of the supplier. Then last one, in other cases, be the address of the recipient as per the records of the supplier. Then last, provided where the address of the recipient as per the records of the supplier is not available. If the address is not available, if the address of the recipient of service is not available, then the place of supply shall be the supplier of services. I can repeat once again. If it is a fixed telecommunication, if it is a fixed internet connection, if it is a fixed DTH connection, then in such a case, the place of supply shall be the where the telecommunication landline is installed, or where the DTH connection is installed, where the internet connection is installed, such place shall be the place of supply. And second one, if the mobile vouchers or internet connection is on a postpaid vouchers, if it is on postpaid, the place of supply shall be the billing address of the recipient of service on the records of the supplier. In case of next one, prepaid vouchers. In case of prepaid vouchers, if it is selling by reseller or distributor, then in such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of the reseller or distributor. In case the voucher is sold in some small provisional stores or something, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the location where such prepayment is received or such vouchers are sold. Provided and the last one is, if the vouchers are recharge vouchers has been made on through internet banking. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of the location of the recipient of services on the records of supplier. That means if I purchased prepaid vouchers through internet banking, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of services on the records of the supplier. Then, if in all these cases, if the address of the recipient is not available, then the place of supply shall be the location of the supplier. Next, in case of banking and other financial services, including stock broking services, banking, other financial and including stock broking services, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of service on the records of the suppliers. In case of banking, financial and including stock broking services, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of service on the records of the supplier. If the supplier address is not available, then if the recipient address is not available on the records of the supplier, then place of supply shall be the location of the supplier. If the address is available, then the location of the recipient of service on the records of the supplier of service. If the address is not available on the records of the supplier, then the place of supply shall be the location of the supplier. Then insurance services, next one, insurance services, if it is a B2B services, place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. In case of B2C services, the location of the recipient on the records of the supplier of services. If the records, that means in case of B2B services, location of the receiver. In case of B2C services, the location of the recipient on the records of the supplier of services. Here, if the address is not available, then on the shall be, suppose if the address is not available, then place of supply shall be a location of the supplier is not available, is not applicable for insurance. Why? Because without address, insurance policy is not given. So that address is mandatory for giving a insurance policy. So that provision is not applicable for insurance service. Only two. One is B2C. If it is a B2C, the location of the recipient. If it is a if it is a B2B, location of the recipient. If it is B2C also, location of the recipient on the records of the supplier of service. Location of the recipient of service. Then advertisement. Survey, it is very complicated, little bit complicated. You have concentrately listen. Why? Because a little bit complicated is there in advertisement services. It is provided to central government, a state government, a statutory body, or a local authority, meant for states or unitary. That means any advertisement services we are providing to central government or state government or union territory government or statutory authority or a local authority, whatever it may be. There are so many provisions are there in advertisement service. I think not so many, 6-7 provisions are there. One by one we are going to discuss. First type of advertisement in newspapers and publications. Then what is the proportionate value of service? Why? Because this is, we have to determination of proportionate value of services. Suppose if the advertisement is given in newspaper for Beti Padhao Beti Bachao for all South India, so what is the proportionate value of service? Amount paid for publishing an advertisement in all editions of newspaper or publications which are published in each state or each union territory. That means if the advertisement is given in Hyderabad and Chennai, therefore in such a case amount payable for each publication for publishing an advertisement. If the publishing an advertisement it is related to Hyderabad and it is related to Chennai also, in such a case amount payable for publication and advertisement in all the editions of newspaper or publications which are published in each state or union territory. Then second one, advertisement through printed material like pamphlets, leaflets, diaries, calendars, t-shirts. If any advertisement made to the government through printed material, all this thing, in such a case amount payable for the distribution of specific number of such material in each state or union territory. How to determine the value of service for each state? It shall be on the basis of number of such material shall be distributed, number of distribution to each state. If example, I have published 1000 calendars, 300 calendars relating to Chennai, 400 calendars relating to Hyderabad, and 300 calendars relating to Karnataka, that is Bangalore. Therefore, amount also shall be payable for each 300, 400, 300 like that only. This means the basis of proportionate value shall be on the basis of distribution of specific number of such material. I think you understand. Next one, advertisement in hoardings other than those on trains. It is only hoardings, not in advertisement on trains. Suppose if what is the proportionate value for such advertisement in hoardings? The amount payable for the hoarding located in each state or union territory. Suppose two hoardings are there. One is Hyderabad and one is at Chennai. Hyderabad hoarding they have paid for 1 lakh, and for Chennai hoarding they paid for 2 lakhs. Therefore, the value of supply shall be for Hyderabad 1 lakh, then Chennai 2 lakhs only. Then advertisements on train. We have seen so many advertisements on train, like Life Insurance Corporation, Reliance Finance, like so many advertisements we have seen on trains. And what is the proportionate? How to proportionate to such value? amount attributable to each state or union territory calculated in the ratio of length of the railway track in each of such state. Suppose advertisement is given in one train, Charminar Express. It has started from Hyderabad, then Andhra Pradesh, then it go to Chennai. 3 states they are covering. Suppose what is the length of this total railway track? This if the total railway track length is 1000 kilometers, suppose 300 kilometers belongs to Andhra Pradesh and 400 belongs to Telangana and 300 belongs to Tamil Nadu. Therefore, it shall be a portion on the basis of the length of the railway track. 300 is to 400 is to 300. Like that, we have to apportion on the base. That means advertisement is given in a train. We have to apportion on the base of length of the railway track in each of such state. Advertisement on the back of utility bills of oil and gas companies. And oil and gas companies, that gas bills are there. In gas bill, backside of gas bill, some advertisement is there. Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, or Sukanya Samruddhi, or so many schemes are there. Government schemes are there. So, how to distribute such value? The amount payable to each state or union territory for the advertisement on the bills pertaining to consumers having a billing address in each of such state or union. Yeah, how much amount payable to each state? That is the value. Suppose the value is payable to each state is 1 lakh and another state is 2 lakh. The value should be 1 lakh for one state, 2 lakh for another state. Like that we have to apportion. Next, advertisement and railway ticket. Previously, advertisement and train we have discussed. This is advertisement and railway ticket. For backside of that railway ticket, some advertisements are given by the central government. Advertisements are there. So, what is the proportionate value? Amount attributable to each state or union territory calculated in the ratio of number of railway stations in each of such state or union territory. Suppose one train starts from one state, it is covering 3 states. Starting from one state, it is covering 3 states and ending last state. That is total. If it is covered total 5 states, then what is the total railway number of railway stations in all these 5 states? Accordingly, we have to apportionate the value of such supply. Next, advertisement on radio stations. Amount payable to such radio station, which by virtue of its name is part of each state or union territory. That means nothing but for advertisement is given in radio station, it shall be given to such radio station only. It shall be within the state. So, amount payable to such radio station only by virtue of name is part of each state or union territory. If such radio station belongs to 2 states, then it shall be apportioned on the basis of population. That means if such radio station is belong to 2 states, then it shall be proportionately valued on the basis of population as per latest census. Next, advertisement on television channels. On Doordarshan DD, they have given some advertisement. How to proportionate such value for each state? I can read first and I can discuss that afterwards. Amount attributable to each state or union territory calculated on the basis of the viewership of such channel in each of such state or union territory. Viewership figures for the last week of a given quarter published by BARC. BARC means BARC can be used for calculating the viewership figures for succeeding quarter. Figures pertaining to more than one state or union territory are apportioned in the ratio of the populations of those states or union territory as per the latest census. BARC means Broadcast Audio Research Council. Broadcast Audio Research Council. The figures has been given by the broadcast. Suppose if the advertisement on radio channels, it shall be attributable to each state on the basis of the last week of the given quarter. Last week, suppose April you have given advertisement for January, February, March. What is the last week of March of given quarter shall be used for the succeeding quarter. If suppose you are going to give advertisement in April, last week of March you have to taken for succeeding quarter. So the viewership figures can be given by the BARC only, Broadcast Audio Research Council only. And if the viewership figures further divided into 2 states, First, Barca is given viewership of Telangana, Andhra, that is 1 lakh. Then after that 1 lakh, you have further divided into ratio of the population of those states as per the latest census. First, you have to distribute it on the basis of viewership figures. After that, you can distribute it into population of those states or union territory as per the latest census. Okay. Then advertisements in cinema halls. Amount payable to cinema hall or screens in a multiplex in each of such state or union territory. This is simple only. What are the advertisement you pay to the cinema hall? That is the value of supply. And advertisement on internet. What is advertisement on internet? If you have, suppose for example, one Beti Padhao Beti Bachao advertisement is given in internet on with the website of Magic Bricks. In such a case, it shall be seen by all over India. Then how to distribute such one? In such a case, how to distribute? First we will read. Amount attributable to each state or union territory calculated on the basis of the internet subscribers in each of such state or union territory. Internet subscriber figures for the last quarter of the given financial year. In case of previous one, last week of the previous quarter we have to take on. But in case of internet advertisement, last quarter of the previous financial year shall be taken for the coming year, for the succeeding financial year. That means last quarter of the preceding financial shall be used for the succeeding financial year. Who has given that figures? That figures has been given by Troy. Internet subscribe figures for the last quarter of the given financial year as published by Troy can be used for calculating the subscriber for the succeeding financial year. Figures pertaining to more than one state or union territory are apportioned in the ratio of the population of those states or union territory as per the latest census. Because suppose, for example, internet subscriber for Telugu people means Andhra and Telangana, they have given 1 lakh. And after the figures 1 lakh, that means it shall be distributed on the basis of for the internet subscriber for the last quarter of the given financial year for the succeeding year. And if it is relates to more than 2 states, Andhra and Telangana, if it is belongs to Andhra and Telangana, it shall be further subdivided into ratio of population as per the latest census. Yes. Then next, advertisement through SMS. Any advertisement given through SMS, what is the proportionate value to be attributable to each state? Amount attributable to each state or union territory is calculated on the basis of telecom subscriber in each of such state or union territory. Telecom subscriber figures in a telecom circle for a given quarter published by Troy can be used for calculating the subscriber for the succeeding quarter. In case of advertisement through SMS, the figure shall be telecom subscriber figure shall be taken. It shall be given by the Troy and it shall be published by the Troy, not given. It shall be published by the Troy. And what is the proportionate value you have to calculate? That means the basis is the telecom subscribers for a quarter. Previous year quarter shall be used for the succeeding quarter. Previous year quarter telecom subscribers as given by as published by Troy shall be used for the succeeding quarter. If the figures pertain to more than one state, it shall be further subdivided into the population of the states or union territory as per the latest census. Okay. We have discussed some problems. Almost I had taken 60 problems, but I have discussed only 5 to 6 problems. But it is a fast track course only. If it is a regular, I can teach each and every problem. I think it's more than 80 problems also I can teach. But here only 5 to 6 problems we are teaching because of time shortage. Okay, good problems we can do. Sixth problem we are going to do. Mr. X, a consulting engineer based in Mumbai, Maharashtra, renders professional service in respect of an immovable property of Mr. Y, Bengaluru. Okay, located in Australia. Since the immovable property is located outside India, the place of supply service is the location of the recipient, that is Bangalore. Not the place where the immovable property is located. Services relating to immovable property. What is the place of supply? Place of supply in case of immovable properties, where the immovable property is located. Here the immovable property is located is located in Australia. If the immovable property is located outside India, then the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. Then what is the place of recipient? Location of the recipient. If the location of the recipient is Bangalore, therefore the place of supply shall be Bangalore only, not the immovable property is local. If it is located, if the immovable property is located in India, the place of supply shall be in India only. Then one more. 10th one. Mr. Timmy Ferreira, a makeup artist at Kolkata, goes to Jaipur, Rajasthan for doing makeup of Miss Simran Kapoor, a Bollywood actress based in Mumbai. The place of supply is the location where such services is performed. In such a case, second one I think, what we have discussed here is beauty treatment, cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, health and fitness center, all these services. What is the place of supply? Place where the services actually rendered. Here the services rendered. Timmy Ferreira, makeup artist, Kolkata, go to Jaipur for Rajasthan for rendering such services. That means where the services rendered? The services is rendered in Jaipur, Rajasthan. In such a case, the place of supply shall be this Jaipur, Rajasthan only. Then. 18th problem. Grand Wedding Planners Chennai is hired by Mr. Ramesh, unregistered person in unregistered person in Hyderabad, to plan and organize his wedding at a Seychelles, that is USA. The recipient being an unregistered person and the event is held outside India, the place of supply is the location of the recipient, Hyderabad, and not the location where the event is held. In case like this one also the same what we have discussed. If any event is conducted, that is organization of event. In organization of event, if it is a B2B services, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. In case the services is B2C, in such a case the place of supply shall be the location of the where it is actually held. If the place is outside India, then the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. Here the location is outside India. If it is a B2C service, the location of the recipient, location where the event is actually held. Then if the event is outside India, yes, the event is outside India, then in such a case location where the I wrongly repeating. Grand Wedding Planners is hired by Mr. Ramesh to plan and organize his wedding stay at Seychelles. The recipient being an unregistered person and the event is held outside India. The place of supply is the location of the recipient, Hyderabad, and not the location where the event is held. If it is a B2B, location of the recipient. If it is a B2C, that means where the event is actually held. If the event is held outside India, the location of the recipient. It is a B2C service and the event is held outside India. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient, that is Hyderabad, and not because the event is held outside India only. Next. Twenty-fourth. Mr. Srikanth, a manager in a bank, transferred from Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh to Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. So previously he worked in Uttar Pradesh, he is transferred into Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Srikanth family is stationed in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh he is residing. He hires Goel Carriers of Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh to transfer his household goods from Kanpur to Bhopal. The recipient being unregistered, the place of supply is the location where the goods are handed over for their transportation, that is Kanpur. That means he is residing in Uttar Pradesh, he has transferred to Madhya Pradesh. He is an unregistered person. In case of transportation of goods, what is the place of supply? If it is a B2B supply, location of the recipient. If it is a B2C service, location where the goods are handed over for transportation. Here it is an unregistered person. That means a B2C only. In case of B2C, the place of supply shall be location where the goods are handed over. Here goods are handed over at Kanpur only. Because he is residing in Kanpur, his goods are handed over to the transfer at Kanpur only. Therefore, the place of supply shall be the where the goods are handed over for transfer, that is Kanpur. Next. Advertisements on train. This is a advertisement case. ABC places an order KL for advertisement to be placed on a train with a regard to Janani Suraksha Yojana. It's a government advertisement. The length of a track in a state will vary from train to train. This means advertisement and train. What is the proportionate value you have to attribute? In case of advertisement and train, the length of the railway track in each state it is covering. If the train is covering 3-4 states, the length of the total railway track is covered. The proportionate value, the value shall be apportioned to each state on the basis of length of the track. Thus, for advertisement to be placed on the Hazrat Nizamuddin Vasco da Gama Goa Express, which runs at Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa. That means the train starts from Hazrat Nizamuddin to what is the last place? Goa. That means it is covering almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 states it is covering. So in such a case, the value shall be apportioned on the base of the length of the track from Hazrat Nizamuddin to Vasco da Gama, as well as the length of the track in each state. It shall be apportioned on the base of track. Suppose track is, we'll read next line. The place of supply of the services in the Union Territory of Delhi and states of Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa. The value of supply in each of these states shall be, and Union Territory attributable to the dissemination in these states will be in the ratio of the length of the track in each of the states and the Union Territory. If the ratio works out to 0.5:0.5:2, 2:2, 3:3:1, then the amount paid to KL is 1,20,000. That means KL will have to be calculated the state wise and union territory wise breakup of this value of this service, which will be in the ratio of length of the track in each state and union territory. The value of advertisement is 1,20,000. The length of the track is 0.5:0.5:2, 2:2, 3:3:1. So 1,20,000 shall be apportioned in each state in the ratio of 0.5:0.5:2, 2:2, 3:3:1 only. In the given case, the state wise and union territory wise breakup works out to Delhi 5,000, because the ratio is like that. Haryana 5,000, Uttar Pradesh 20,000, Madhya Pradesh 20,000, Maharashtra 30,000, Karnataka 30,000 and Goa 20,000. In such a case, separate invoice will have to be issued state wise and union territory wise by KL to ABC, indicating the value pertaining to the state or union territory. Next, that's and the examples. Now we are going to discuss place of supply of services where the location of supplier or location of recipient is in India. Either one. If the recipient or supply is outside India, one recipient, or if the recipient is India and the supplier is outside India. If the supplier is in India and the recipient is outside, then in such a case, we will determine the place of supply of service as per section 13. In section 13, there is no bifurcation, there is no classification of B2B and B2C. The previously in section 12, that is both the recipient and the supplier are in India. It is a B2B classification, B2C classification. But in section 30, one person is outside India, that is recipient or supplier is outside India, and the recipient and another person is in India. In such a case, there is no classification B2B and B2C of under section 13. One by one we are going to discuss. Category 1, general provision. What is the general provision? Place of supply of services. location of the recipient. In case of location, what is the first one? Place of supply. In case of general provision, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of services. If the location of the recipient is not available in the ordinary course of business, then location of the supplier in other cases. That means in general provision, location of the recipient of services. If the recipient address is not available, then location of the supplier, place of supply shall be. Then second case, supply required physical presence of goods or physical presence of recipient. That means without physical presence of goods or without physical presence of recipient, some services are not completed. For example, repair work happens. Without physical presence of that some mission repair work we are going to do. For repairing work, we require that mission. Without the physical presence of mission, we can't repair that one. So physical presence is required. For the physical presence of recipient, one more example. For plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery, we require the physical presence of recipient. Without physical presence of recipient, we can't do plastic surgery. We can't do health service. That means some services require physical presence of goods or services. What is the place of supply in case of physical presence of goods or physical presence of goods or recipient? Physical presence of recipient. That we are going to discuss. The place of supply of the following services shall be the location where the services are actually performed. That means where the service actually performed. Suppose repair work done, it is a physical presence required. Then where the services actually performed. That means services supplied in respect of goods which are required to be made physically available by the recipient of services to the supplier of services or to a person acting on behalf of the supplier of services in order to provide the services. Second, services supplied to an individual represented either as the recipient of service or a person acting on behalf of the recipient, which require the physical presence of the recipient or the person acting on his behalf with the supplier or the supply service. That means where the physical presence of goods are required, where the physical presence of recipient is required, in such a case the place of supply shall be the place where the services are actually performed. Provided when such services are provided from a remote location by way of electronic means, the place of supply shall be the location where the goods are situated at the time of BPO. At the time of supply services. Example BPO. That means example BPO. BP is providing services to US company. The place of supply shall be the location where the goods are situated at the time of supply services. Where the such goods are situated? Such goods are situated at USA. The place of supply shall be USA only. Provided for the nothing contained in this section in this clause shall apply in case of services supplied in respect of goods which are temporarily imported into India for repairs and are for any other treatment or process and are exported of such after such repairs or treatment process without being put to any use in India other than that which is required for such repairs or treatment. That means if any goods are exported, then after the recipient is find some default or deficit in such machinery, he send again to India. Then here we have conducted the repair works without being put to use in India and re-exported in such a case. In such a case, it is there is no liability of GST because it's only I have not done the total work. Some deficit is there. That's why I have re-imported that one and complete the repairing work and re-exported without being put to use in India. In such a case, there is no liability of GST. It is only just a process the repairing works only. Okay. Next. Services relating to immovable property. Under section 12, what is the place of supply in case of services relating to immovable property? The place of supply shall be the where the immovable property is located. If the immovable property is located outside India, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. But here we are going to read now. The place of supply services supplied directly in relation to an immovable property includes including services supplied in this regard by experts and estate agents and supply of accommodation by hotel, inn, guest house, club or campsite by whatever name called, grant of right to use immovable property, services for carrying out or coordination of construction work including that of architects or interior decorators shall be the place where the immovable property is located or intended to be located. This same. Previously it is what happened if the where the immovable property is located. There itself and under section 12 where the immovable property is located. If the immovable property is located outside India, the location of the recipient. But here only one thing. What is that one? Where the immovable property is located. If it is located outside India, they have not given. Only thing where the immovable property is located. If I have made a services where the immovable property is located in USA, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the USA only. But in section 12 different, section 13 is only. In section 12 if it is outside India, location of the recipient. But here where the immovable property is located only, I mean there is no any second chance. Only place of supply shall be the place where the immovable property is located. Got? Okay, going to next one. Services relating to admission to event or organization of event. In section 12 admission to event is a separate clause category and the organization of event is a separate category, but here these two are mixed under section 13. The place of supply services supplied by of admission or organization of a cultural, artistic, sporting, scientific, educational or entertainment event or celebration, conference, fair, exhibition or similar events, and the services of ancillary to such admission or organization shall be the place where the event is actually held. In case the services relating to admission of event or organization of event, the place of supply shall be the where the event actually held. In section 12 also admission to event same where the event is actually held, but organization of event separate provisions are there. But here admission to event and organization of event, the place of supply shall be the where the event is actually held only. Where services, where any service are referred to in category 2, 3, 4 is supplied at more than one location including a location in the taxable territory, its place of supply shall be the location of taxable territory. I can give one example also. In 2, 3, 4 categories, I have given some organization of event to one person. The organization, I have given one contract to Mr. X to organize one event. The event is should be conducted one at UK, one at US, one at Delhi. In such a case, I have given one contract for organization of 3 events. Even 2 are non-taxable territory. US and UK is non-taxable territory and Delhi is taxable territory. In such a case, these 3 are treated as a taxable territory only. Why? Because one is located in taxable territory, these 2 are also deemed to be located in a taxable territory. The tax has to be paid for all these 3 places only. If I have given a separate contract for UK, separate contract for US, separate contract for Delhi, in such a case only Delhi place of supply only they will be liable to pay. In US and UK it is a non-taxable category, then they are not liable to pay tax. If I have given one contract for all these 3 places, I have to pay taxes for US and UK. Why? Because one location is in taxable territory, so to the remaining units also it is deemed to be in a taxable territory. I think you understand. Okay, next one. The place of supply of the following services shall be the location of the supply of services. The place of supply of the following services shall be location of the supplier of services. What is that one? Services supplied by banking company, financial institution or non-banking financial institution to account holders. Intermediary services, service consisting of hiring of means of transport including assets but excluding aircraft and vessels up to a period of 1 month. One by one we are going to see. In case of banking company, previously what is that one? What is the place of supply? Place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. If the address of the location of the recipient is not available, then only the place of supply under section 12. But under section 13, what is the place of supply? Place of supply shall be the supplier of service. Here the supplier of service, there it will say if both are in India, recipient and supplier is in India, the place of supply shall be the location of the location of the recipient. The place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. But here the place of supply in case of banking company, the place of supply shall be the location of the supplier only. In intermediate service also location of supplier. Third one, service consisting of hiring of means of transport including hatchets up to a period of 1 month. If any hatchet is given for rent up to a period of 1 month, it is the place of supply shall be the location of supplier. If the hatchet is given for rent for a hire for a more than 1 month period and including aircraft and vessels, the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. If it is up to a 1 month for a hatchet, it is supplier of service. It is a more than a period of 1 month and it is inclusive of aircraft and vessels, then the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient of services. Okay, next. Services relating to transportation of goods. In previous section number 12, what is the place of supply? The place of supply in case of services relating to transportation of goods, if it is a B2B, location of the recipient. If it is a B2C, location where the goods are handed over for transportation. What is section 12? We are reading. The place of supply services of transportation of goods other than by way of mail or courier shall be the place of destination of services. Here, in case of there is no B2B, B2C classification under section 12, under section 13. The place of supply of services, shall be the place of destination of such goods. If I am sending goods from India to UK, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of the destination of goods. Destination means it go to USA. And sending goods to USA, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the USA only. And second one, services relating to transportation of passengers. In case of transportation of passengers, the place of supply shall be the where the passengers embarks, that is enters on the conveyance for a continuous journey. I can read. The place of supply in respect of passenger transportation service shall be the location where the passenger embarks on the conveyance for a continuation service. That is, who the person enters into a journey. Got? Okay, next. The place of supply of service are provided in board conveyance during the course of passenger transportation operation. In case of any services provided on board during the journey, if they are providing any services, then in such a case, the place of supply shall be the first scheduled point of departure of that conveyance. In section 12 also the same. In case of place of supply service, in case of any services provided on board conveyance, in such a case, the place of supply shall be the first scheduled point of departure. If any journey start from Bombay to USA, then what is the place of supply? First scheduled point of departure. In such a case, Bombay to USA. What is the first scheduled point of departure? Bombay. Therefore, place of supply shall be the Bombay only. Next. Online information and database access or retrieval services. That is where some difficulty is there in this one. You have concentratory listen. The place of supply, this is nothing but OIDAR service. In case of OIDAR services, location of the place of supply shall be the location of the recipient. The place of supply of online information database access or retrieval services shall be location of the recipient of services. Because online information means any person providing services from a place outside India to a place to a person who is located in India other than a registered person. In such a case, the place of supply shall be the location of recipient of person. That means I am residing in Hyderabad. I have taken services OIDA services from a person located in outside India. So in such a case, I am residing in India. Therefore, the place of supply is Hyderabad only. Only this one only. You have to keep concentrate. Persons receiving such services shall be deemed to be located in the taxable territory if any of the following conditions are satisfied. That means, actually, I am residing in Hyderabad. I inform that no, I am residing in USA only. I have taken services from USA to USA, so I can't liable to pay tax. Like that, I can inform to government. For that purpose, if any of the following conditions, two conditions are satisfied, it shall be treated as I am located in a taxable territory. That means, if any of these two conditions are satisfied, then I am located in a taxable territory. So my place of supply in India only. One by one I can read. Location of the address presented by the recipient of services through internet is in taxable or in taxable territory. That means then when I operating in from Hyderabad, then my location of address I have to present it at the time to the recipient, to the supplier. That means the location of the address presented by the recipient. I have given my address to the supplier. In such a case, if the location of the address is in India, it is in taxable territory, then it is treated as a taxable territory only. And the second one, the credit card or debit card or store value card or charge card or smart card or any other card by which the recipient of services settle the payment has been received in taxable territory. If I am using debit card of India, if I use a debit card for India, if I use credit card in India, then I am residing in a taxable territory only. That is the thing. The credit card, debit card, any other card by which the recipient of service settle the. I have received services. I am settling the payment through debit card or credit card. If the debit card or the credit card, or if the debit card or credit card in the taxable territory, then it is the service is in a taxable territory. Then third one, the billing address of the recipient of service is in taxable territory. If I have mentioned location of address, I have given the address when I using such service, and I have asked to send the some goods, some services to the billing address. I have given some billing address. If the address is in taxable territory, then my place of supply is in taxable territory only. Then internet protocol address of the device used by the recipient of service is in the taxable territory. If IP address I am using, if the IP address is in taxable territory, then I am residing in taxable territory only. If I am using IP address which is belongs to the taxable territory, then it is treated as a taxable territory I am residing in. Then